Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Aries Only, where I channel messages for Aries only. Today we're doing a message for those of you in a no contact love situation. We're going to be checking in on what your person would most like to say to you. It's a messages from your person reading. So the format that I usually do is I get a few oracle cards to see a general overview of the situation. Then I get message cards here in the center, and then I clarify them with tarot on the sides. I just got this new message deck. I use my homemade message cards to do this, but then I just got this new messages of love oracle deck. So I will do like their last words with this deck at the end and see if it's like lining up. Okay, it'd be nice if I could like pick that up. So anyway, I got it. So we'll like end with that. So okay, let's go ahead and begin. So I'm going to use these Island Time Wellness cards to get a sense of where your connection is at, to see if this resonates at all for you. So what's going on with Aries watching this reading currently in their no contact connection? This is the Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. So there could have been a breakup. Doesn't matter how long ago it was, but this is clearly, I mean, it makes sense to get that card with the no contact situation being here. And let's see what else for Aries. Oh my gosh. And then we have, okay, I think this deck is upside down, but I'm not going to take it in reverse. Mirroring each other, self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, and introspection. So it looks like a relationship has ended that has caused you to maybe just take a look in the mirror. It looks like take a look at yourself. You could have been being triggered lately. Maybe it was triggering your chasing tendencies here, or maybe this person chased you before and then they had enough and ended things with you. And then we have, okay, that clearly flew out in reverse because now it's right side up. But it says hammer, sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, working on it. So the fact that that's coming out in reverse, I don't think you guys are working on it. I think this is something that has I mean, obviously this is no contact, but sometimes it could be like low contact, you know, where it's like, oops, sorry. I probably just messed up my whole frame by doing that. Anyway, where it's like, oh, like we're friends, but we're not, you know, in a relationship or something like that. But this, I feel like there was a very clear ending, a very clear healing period here, or like a period of looking in the mirror, introspective period with basically, I almost want to say the final nail in the coffin here. Where are my glasses? I just realized I'm not wearing my glasses and I can't see. Okay, I'll just have to wing it without them because I have no idea where they even are. But there's this passion on the bottom of the deck here, insane chemistry, like each other equally and having fun. So maybe this was a connection where like for instance, you were friends and you decided to like become friends with benefits, or you had a more casual connection, you met online and decided like, oh, we're not looking for anything serious, or maybe you were like too afraid to sort of broach the topic of like exclusivity, and then you ended up kind of having resentment, and then it ended up in an ending of this relationship, something like that, where I think what started as fun and good times ended rather ugly. And it seems as though there was some sabotage either on one or both of your ends here. It seems like you could both maybe be, this mirror card is making me think that, I can't even see it, like I'm sorry, I'm like literally squinting. Self-image, relationship. So with the self-image, maybe it was something like you both saw in the other one and thought that they were more like you, if that makes sense. So maybe like, for instance, if you're the one that is like the more having fun one and your person is the one that was the more serious one, maybe you thought that your person was just like you, oh, they just want to have fun, and you kind of like projected your own expectations on the other person and they did the same thing to you. Whereas maybe they were like, oh, like I want something serious, so does this person. And maybe like based on those expectations, you both treated each other in a way that the other wasn't expecting, and the relationship crumbled as a result here. And now there's kind of like no communication at all, I would say, or very, very little. So, or even if like, say you still work together, it's just kind of like, oh, hi. Like if you've ever seen Love Actually, it's when that girl is like in love with that guy Carl at work, and then they finally go he goes over to her house and they almost like, you know, do it. But then her brother is like calling her and she has to go to him. She can't neglect her responsibilities. And then when they see each other at the office, like, hey, hey, it's just kind of like, oh, Merry Christmas, Carl. Merry Christmas. Is her name Sarah? I forget what her name is. But, and it's just like very formal. And it's like, you realize like that was it. Like they're never going to like be together again. And it's kind of sad. But then it's kind of cute because then she's still like so close with her brother who has like issues too. Okay, anyway. So what is Aries person overall feeling towards Aries? I'm going to get all the cards and then we're going to talk about it. So we have time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. Passion, again, on the bottom of the deck. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. Let's get one of these. What is Aries person's overall vibe towards Aries right now? We have nothing is yet set in stone. Okay, I just want to see on the frame like what this looks like here. I think we could do that. And bottom of the deck, full moon in Cancer, which is the moon that's like literally in the sky right now. Full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. Okay. And let's see. What's Aries person feeling about Aries right now? Deep knowing, number 43. With flexible, number 19 on the bottom of the deck. And look at these nails. What is Aries person overall feeling towards Aries? We have the whale. Okay, interesting. Deep knowing and this whale, which is like deep in the ocean. This eagle, this is like a Scorpio energy, like a higher octave of Scorpio, having this more spiritual viewpoint, kind of being able to see things from up high and down low, like seeing things from all sides of a situation. I feel like your person has a very you might feel like, by the way, this is your energy being reflected back at you. I feel like it might be something like that. Because I feel like, and this might be Spirit's way of making you want to like understand your own energy here, but it's almost like I'm getting a sense here that, well, let me just get the clarifiers, but almost like nothing is yet set in stone, trusting the flow of life kind of a vibe. Give it time, like everything will work out in its own time. I'm just kind of getting a vibe like that. So we have closed off. Okay, time. You're trying too hard. Give it time with a deep knowing. Give me a clarifier for that. Down to earth. Okay. Nothing is yet set in stone. Pragmatic. Yeah, it's like... Okay, wait. And then the whale. What's that about? Dreamer. Okay. All right. So I feel like the way that your person feels, the fact that we have like this down to earth versus this dreamer energy, it's like your person works very hard to like stay centered, stay focused in their own life, stay down to earth, stay grounded would be the word I would be looking for. But I feel that they do get caught up in these fantasies, these dreams about you, these memories of you even. I feel, especially the way this whale is looking that way, like towards the past is how I usually see that. I feel like this person's feelings come in waves. We see the ocean depicted here twice. I feel like this person's feelings go very deep. We have deep knowing. We have an ocean, like I was saying, being depicted here twice, and a dark part of the ocean. It's like the black part here, where it's like the deepest depth of the ocean here. Like your person. Oh my God, I was just hearing a song in my head. Stronger than. I don't even know what song that is or who sings it. Like Longer Than Something I've Been in Love With You. I think it's like a 70s song or maybe even older, 80s. Actually, I have no idea. I get 70s vibes from it. But I feel like that's like the way that person feels about you. Also, I did shuffle a song for you, by the way. It was Genesis, Hold On My Heart. What a jam. I love Genesis, and I love Phil Collins. Like, what a king. So anyway, but yeah, Hold On My Heart. Oh, time. You're trying too hard. Give it time. Yeah, Hold On My Heart. Almost like I know this isn't the right time. But at the same time, in that song, it's like, tell her to be patient. And then there's like, because there has never been a time where I wanted something more. If I know there's a chance, wait, if I can recall that feeling. If I can recall that feeling and I know there's a chance, I will be there. Like, I love that song, makes me feel. So I feel like that's like the vibe of your person, where it's almost like, I know now's not the right time. Like, we had this breakup. I don't see any effort being made, and I really can't make the effort here, but it's almost like it's in the back of my mind. And like, if I bump into you one day, or, you know, if it's meant to be, like, maybe it'll be, I feel like it's like about, I feel like your person maybe feels like they have a, I hope you don't hear, I hope that rain isn't too distracting. I actually love the sound of it, but some people may not feel the same. But it's like your person almost has like, realizes that they have to like go on their own journey, and I feel like they've maybe taken steps to like to really close themselves off from you. Remember I was saying the final nail in the coffin? So maybe that's referring to something that happened between you guys that was the final nail in the coffin, or it's just like your person like kind of closing that coffin themselves, like with the hammer. Almost like the hammer is used in a more destructive way, I'm getting, than a way to like build. It's almost meant to tear down. It's like your person has really tried to like maybe tear down this connection and really move on from it, because like I was saying, it is so deep. It is, and the fact that they're it is so intense and passionate. Remember we had passion on the bottom of the deck twice. Also, we had this full moon in Cancer energy, which is one of the most intense moons in my opinion, in my experience. So it's like, this is very emotionally intense, very deep, very passionate. So it's very difficult to kind of keep closed off to this, but maybe your person felt like they were trying too hard and they felt like they had to stop and just like get back to their own life, be more pragmatic for a while, and get their self in order, get their emotions more balanced, because it looked like there was like a lot of waves here. But with the nothing is yet set in stone, it's like they feel like this relationship is open to interpretation, like is open to change, is open to something, like it's mutable, it's not fixed. No, it's kind of like not right now, but I'm not like taking any active steps. I'm not doing anything to sort of like progress this relationship further, except beyond allowing myself to maybe dream about it every now and then, getting caught up in my emotions. But it's almost like your person tries to remove themselves from their emotions. I feel like even the way this owl is on top of the moon in this one, it's almost like this is them most of the time. They're like up here on the moon, like I'm staying away. They try to like, even though this says down to earth, that's funny, but it's almost like by being up high, they're like more grounded. Like the farther away from the water, the better. And interesting how the moon controls the tides and they're sitting on top. So they're almost like trying to control their emotions, like for sure here. So, okay, let's see. Let's get some messages and then we'll clarify it with tarot. So what would Aries person most want to convey to Aries right now if they could? Thoughts of you keep me up at night, and I am so sorry. And maybe again, if they have erected this barrier between the two of you, maybe they want you to know that it wasn't easy for them to do that, or they didn't, it's just like they felt like they had no choice or something like that. I've dreamt about you. Yeah, like we have that kind of coming through for sure. You do nice things just to be nice, and not so other people will applaud you. Okay. You make me want to be better. Somehow you always know exactly what to say. You speak so eloquently, and you're not afraid to look silly. Bottom of the deck, you're literally hysterical. And let's just take a look and see that they're in the shot. Yes. Okay. All right. So we have a pretty even balance here between like blue and green. Well, technically we have more green than blue, or more blue than green. So it's like this person again is trying to stay like in their mental body and not be emotional about this, but like there is still a lot of emotion present here with the green, like the color of the heart chakra, obviously. So let's just like, overall the vibe that I'm getting here is that they're not thinking that you're a bad person. It's like they wish that you could understand why maybe they've done what they've done, whatever barriers they've erected between you. Maybe they blocked you, maybe they cut you off somehow. I don't know, whatever way that maybe they just like broke up with you to begin with, whatever it was. It's like they want you to know, first of all, I think that it's not because they think you're a bad person, because this is saying like, you do nice things just to be nice and not so other people will applaud you, and also you make me want to be better. So maybe there's something about your heart and your way of being that makes them want to be the same way. But also with this mirror thing, it's almost like your person looks at you and like puts you on this, not even want to say a pedestal, but they have this idealized version of you where they think you're like the most beautiful person here. You do nice things just to be nice and not so other people will applaud you. But they're coming through in this whale energy, and the whale is like the animal that has the biggest heart. So it's like they may be like the same. And they're also coming through in this eagle energy, this very wise owl energy. And it's like, that doesn't necessarily mean that they can speak eloquently, but it does kind of maybe make you think that they're smart, that they maybe have some wisdom themselves. So again, it's like they're saying all these things about you, but it's almost like with this mirror, it's the same way that like with the mirror, it can reflect your dark qualities and you're kind of triggering each other, but also it's like you could look at the other person and think that they're so amazing and not see that you have the same qualities. Just like when you're jealous of somebody, they say that like you don't realize that you're jealous because you have the same qualities within you that you just don't recognize. And that's where that feeling comes from, in order to like make you realize that yourself. So okay, where's the tarot that I'm using today? We're using the Zodiac Tarot. So let's do it. And clarify these messages. So, oh, sorry, that was loud. Let's see. Thoughts of you keep me up at night. What is Aries person trying to say about that? What's keeping them up at night? What do they mean by that? Let's clarify. Thoughts of you. That's too many. What does Aries person mean by that? Thoughts of you keep me up at night. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Let me just fix this. Okay, so I just heard this song, like All Saints, like Never Ever, which I haven't heard since like 5th grade. But that part, that intro, where it's almost like, what did I do wrong? Like, I need to know what happened. Like, why did this happen? Like, why, even if your person is the one that ended up breaking up, I feel like it might have had something to do with your actions. If you, did some sort of behavior that kind of made them, that kind of like showed them that you didn't place a high value on them with the Queen of Pentacles. And it's like they had no choice but to like cut this off maybe. Something like that, where, and they just are like, why didn't you, like, what did I do? Like, why? I feel like they felt a lot of pain about it, and it's like they almost like had to do this for their dignity, and that's maybe what they want to apologize for. Let me see this. I'm so sorry. What does Aries person mean by that? Oh, what does Aries person clarify? I'm so sorry. Oh, like I was saying, I feel like this could be a lot of you, like your energy like reflected back at you, just to help you gain clarity on why you did what you did. Maybe you've been feeling some regret about it, and like wishing you had kept the lines of communication open more. We have the King of Pentacles. Interesting. I feel like your person feels very much like, we have this like couple here. I know you are my person, and I'm so sorry. It's like the sense of regret of like, you're the only one that could match me. Like, you're the only one that like was my equal here. And especially the way that these came out where they're like facing each other. It's like maybe you had told this person, or your person had told you that like you would always be there for each other. And they had to sort of like break that pact or that promise or something like that. And they're very sorry about that. It's almost like you can count on me. Like it's almost like the recognition of like the compatibility between the two of you and the special bond between the two of you here, almost like in a practical way though. So I feel like maybe you had some sort of like established relationship or friendship with the pentacles here. This is like, this isn't just like, oh, a cups, maybe like, I don't want to say cups as if cups is fleeting. But it's not like the queen and the king of wands, oh, we're so hot, like we're attracted to each other. Like the pentacles can be about friendship a lot of the time, like work relationships and things like that. So it's like, maybe you had some sort of like long established relationship here that, this person had to end, and maybe because you tried to take things to a romantic level, and in doing so they had to like end the friendship as well. And it's like, I feel like that's what they stay up at night thinking about and they feel bad about. How about I've dreamt about you? We have the Empress. I mean, I feel like you are this person's like ideal person. And then we have the Five of Cups. It's like, this wasn't just like, I think they dream about you. I think they relive the past, maybe where things didn't go so good. I think we have the Three of Swords on the back of the deck, but look, we have the Queen of Swords. It's like, no matter how upset they are, like no amount of emotion will move them to like lift this barrier. It's like, but it's like at the same time, it's like they've like resigned themselves to a life without like their ideal person, without like their perfect match here. Like they, I'm getting a sense that they're, yeah, with this closed off, like they're numb, like they're cut off from their emotions. I do feel like they do get to them sometimes, but it's like very rarely. And it's like, they're very strict with themselves about it. Like they don't really let themselves think about you. It's like they have to kind of keep going, but it's like you are their dream person. They clearly are very much like, when they think about you, it's like on a different level than if they just fantasize about like someone that they think is hot that they know, and they're like, ooh, like yeah, I'd bang it out with that person. It's like with you, it's like they see their whole life unfolding. Like it's just every dream inside their soul. That's from a song. It's by David Gray, This Year's Love. But it's like, that's how like the vibe that I'm getting with you, like every dream inside their soul. And it's like, I'm getting the sense that they might even have another relationship or something like that, but it's like, or I don't know, like they might have other options or whatever the case is. It's not like they're like hurting for options here, but it's just not on the same level. It's just not the same. You do nice things just to be nice and not so other people will applaud you. The Magician. They feel that Magician with the Four of Cups. I don't know. I feel like they've just seen a lot of people, and I feel like they think that, I gotta say, I'm a little confused by this Magician. You do nice things just to be nice. Oh, the Three of Swords. Oh, I feel like they think that if you weren't nice to them, you must have like, I don't know why I'm laughing. Like I think because I think it's so ridiculous, like that they think this, but it's almost like they think that if you could have like, if they could have brought out a colder side of your energy, because remember, we had the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck. It's like they must have like really deserved it or something like that, where like, oh, like they must have seen something in me that was like not like worthy of their kindness. Like, why did they, I've seen them be nice to everybody else, but why do they treat me this way, kind of a vibe. And it's like I said with that like All Saints song, like at the beginning, like that monologue, like, did I never treat you right? Did I always start the fight? Like, it's like where they're like, either way, I'm going out of my mind. All the answers to my questions I have to find. I feel like they've spent a lot of time thinking like, what did I do? Like, why did they treat me like this? Like, why? And it's like, you're such a nice person. And like, then they think like, did I do something? It's like it's very like confusing and chaotic. And that's probably why they're like so cut off from it. You make me want to be better. And now I'm thinking that maybe that is kind of like on the same vibe. Let me just get one. That was the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Wands. The Ten of Cups. You make me want to be better. With Temperance. I mean, I feel like with the Nine of Pentacles. It's like I don't know. I feel like it's just like, again, that sort of harmonious aspect of your relationship where it's like, even if they're not with you and they had to like move on here with the Six of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles into their like independent life, like they're like inspired, but like they don't want your love to be for naught. Like, I don't know why I just said naught. Is that how you say that? Like for nothing. Like they want to like become a better person from it. And that could be what this mirror energy is coming from too, where it's like they're using this breakup as a springboard to like better themselves and try to help other people or better their lives or do something. It's like they don't want it to be for nothing. They want your memory to at least like transmute into like the foundation of their like beautiful new life for themselves. Like it's kind of like a vibe like that. Like, I won't let this just be, it's almost like a reverence, or it's almost like they have a feeling about you. Again, we have the Empress and the Ten of Cups. It's like this very like idealized version of like who you are. And it's like they want to like live up to that even if you're not together, and like be a better person. We have the Seven of Pentacles, but somehow you always know exactly what to say. I feel like, and then Death on the bottom of the deck. So maybe it's almost like they feel that they could have spent a lifetime waiting for you because you would always have like the perfect answer and the perfect response here. They would be like, oh, because that looks the same kind of. They felt like they had to cut this off, or they would be like trying to like tend to this garden until they were like a skeleton, is kind of like the vibe that I'm getting, where they would be like, I mean, yeah, I'm just not ready yet. All right, now I'm 50, now I'm 80, now I'm 110. Like, you're still not ready. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they were like, maybe like whatever you would say would kind of keep them waiting, and that's why they had to sort of end this, because yeah, like with the Tower, I see the moon and the star. I don't know. I just feel like they, or maybe thought they were like following the star, but they realized like the star, it was like a false star and like false hope, you know what I mean? And they had to just kind of cut this off. They were like waiting for something to like flourish. They were waiting for something to grow that wasn't growing, that wasn't harvesting. There was no crop ever. Like, it was just like waiting. Like, and they maybe couldn't even like listen to what you had to say here. I'm almost getting a sense with all this, like the Knight of Cups. Yeah, like I'm getting a sense from like your words are not sincere. They think your words are not sincere. And they think that even like, maybe they thought like, oh, like this is my perfect match and we have something special between us, something real. But then they think that you maybe are just so nice that they misinterpreted your niceness as like actual care for them and actual feeling for them. And I think they feel a little bit silly about that. I don't know, that does say it there, but with the Knight of Cups, almost like you'll kind of offer this nice cup to everybody you come across, and you know, meanwhile they're here and like as deep as the ocean, and they're like, oh, you're kind of like as deep as this cup that the Knight of Cups is holding here. Like, it's not really like serious, it's not really like going anywhere. And I feel like they feel a little bit silly, and that's why they had to cut this off as well. We have the Queen of Swords. You're not afraid to look silly. I feel like this is more about them feeling silly for believing things, and that's why they've like entered this Queen of Swords energy now. I don't feel like it's, again, out of spite. I don't want you to think that you did something wrong. I feel stupid that I like believed this was deeper than it was. And I'm embarrassed. I feel like your person's like embarrassed. Even here on this Ten of Pentacles, it's like these three women on this card, like a young, like a younger woman, an older woman, and like a middle-aged kind of a woman. It's like, it's almost like this situation kind of robbed the joy from their life or something, because I'm getting the same color hair here. It's like this like aged them and made them not want to like be made a fool of again. And they don't feel that you made them a fool. They feel like you're nice and that you were just maybe well, because you know what I was saying, like maybe like if you weren't nice to them, they must have done something, blah blah blah. So if that was the case, or maybe it was just that like their heart was broken because they realized you were just being nice and that you didn't care about them. I didn't really get that before, but that might be what that was instead if that other thing wasn't resonating. I just have to say, I wasn't getting that at first, but now I think that makes more sense in this context here. And they think that your words are like hollow, and they don't think that there's any substance to anything that you've ever said to them, or any way that they've ever thought that you even like, but like I was saying at the beginning about the projections, they realized maybe they projected these feelings that they had for you onto like what they projected you felt for them. And they're not like blaming you, they're saying they're sorry. But also that like, oh my God, like I'm embarrassed and I have to just sort of like be this Queen of Swords, like have this wall up. So I just like don't feel stupid moving forward. So snail trying to pop off. Okay, so let's see. Any last words from your person, then we're wrapping up this reading. Oh. Holding back. I should have expressed myself better, it says. So let's see. What would Aries person most want to express to Aries right now? Ah! Oh my God. Well, oh my God, look at that though that came out. I'm going to take those two. It says soul tie. I always feel connected to you and daydreaming. I am always longing for you. I have never felt a passion this intense on the back of the deck. I'll just leave that because we had that on the back of the deck twice already. So let's see what else. What would Aries person want to say to Aries? Disagreements. I wish you understood how I feel. I feel like they hope that you're not like thinking that they're just like mad at you. Like, I hate you for not picking me. Like, I feel like they're just like, oh, I wish you understood how I felt. Like, and how like silly I feel for like misjudging the situation and projecting my own things onto you and things like that. Forgiveness. I am struggling to get over the past. And then look, I don't want to chase anymore. But again, it's more about themselves. Like I'm embarrassed that I like chased you so much when maybe you were just like trying to be nice to me. Secrets. I haven't told you everything, so maybe there's some stuff going on in their life that maybe you don't know about. We have soul contract. The lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. That's what I was saying here. It's almost like there's this like love, this great love, and it's like I never want to like, well, this says I'll never forget it, but it's almost like I'll cherish even the bad things about this connection kind of a vibe. Like, I won't let it be for naught. Like that whole thing I said before. Which, like, why is, like, that olden time, like, vocabulary coming through? Shadow side, you made me realize my flaws. Again, make me want to be better. Like, we had that whole vibe, the mirror energy here. They really, like, use this experience. And they probably use all their experiences, not just this one, you know? I don't want to run anymore, runner. And then guilty, I feel pain from the damage I have caused. It's like, I feel like they ran from this. That was like the end result. And they feel guilty because it's like, they don't want you to think that like, they just wish you knew the real reasons and their real motivations behind their actions. Because they feel like you're probably, coming to your own conclusions. And look, you're a better person than I am. I was saying that before. Like, I didn't even know that was in this deck. That's so cool. Indecisive. I know my inability to make a decision hurts you, and that's in reverse. So I feel like that might be you. And that was like that whole thing where they had to make the decision for you, even though it was a hard one. And that's why it's all like black on the bottom of this deck. It's almost like they're feeling like very hopeless about this, unworthy. Yeah, you're a better person than I am. An escape. I left when things got hard. I mean, I don't think it's that simple. I left when things got hard, I think, but they did leave when they had certain realizations. So, all right, guys, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, or subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you in the next one, okay? Bye.